Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello my dear students. Today we are going to take a very important chapter which is called as water, a precious resource. This chapter is in your science textbook. Well, we all know that water has been existing on the earth since a very long time. We actually do not know since how long, maybe millions and millions of years ago, right? And we all know that 70% of the earth is covered by water. Now, how is the water maintained on the planet? Well, we all have read about water cycle, right? What is water cycle? Water cycle is the circulation of water from the earth to the atmosphere and from the atmosphere back to the earth. So, this circulation is called as water cycle. By this water cycle, this circulation, by this process, the water on the earth is maintained always. Now, we all understand and we all have studied in our earlier classes that water exists in three forms. Now, what are the three forms? Well, we all know water exists in solid, liquid and gaseous form, right? The continuous cycling of water among its three forms keeps the total amount of water on the earth constant. Now, that is the continuous circulation of water. It keeps the amount of water on the earth constant. Water doesn't deplete, right? Even when the whole world is using it. Okay. Now, we'll read about the forms of water. How many forms of water are there? I just told you, and we have read earlier also in our earlier classes, that water exists in three forms: solid, liquid and gas. Now, what is the solid form of water? The solid form of water is ice. So, we have seen the ice-capped mountains, we have seen the mountain peaks, we have read about it, we have seen the pictures, and we also know that when we freeze water in our refrigerators, water freezes. So, that is the solid form of water. Now, coming to the liquid form, we all know and water exists in gaseous forms also. How and when? Well, evaporation, this process we have already read about it in our lower classes. So, evaporation, when evaporation happens, water is converted from liquid to the gaseous state. Right? Even when we boil something, we keep water boiling on the burner, the water starts boiling and because of the heat, evaporation happens and water converts into the gaseous form, which is called as water vapors. Correct? Now, let us read this one. We all know that in our towns and cities, how do we get water? How do we get water in our houses? Well, in the towns, in the cities, in the big areas, water is supplied by any civic body. Civic body as in the government, the municipality, or different kind of agencies, different kind of bodies as in civic bodies. So, different kind of bodies, they supply water. But how is the water supplied? We all know that water in our houses comes by the water pipe. Right? So, this is how we get water in our houses. There is a network of water pipes, but there are few places where the water cannot be supplied by pipes. Suppose you go to a village or you go to a countryside area or you go to a place which is not very well developed. So, there the water is not supplied by the water pipes. The area is not really that developed. So, how do people get water? Well, they do not have water supply system. So, these people, they fetch water directly from the sources. Now, what is the source of water? The sources of water can be rivers, ponds, lakes, seas, oceans, whatever is the water body near to them. So, they directly get the water from the water source. Now, we all must have seen that in our houses, mostly on the terrace, we keep big water containers. You can say drums or you can say water tanks. So, water can be stored in that too. Now, if the water is stored there, then again there is a connection through the network pipe, through the water pipe, and there is a complete network of water pipe through which we get water.